Hey y'all, what's happening? I got a little time today, so I'm about to be on my way to go pick my baby up from school. He gets out about 2:35 or so, but I got to get there and get a parking space and all of that. But while I'm here, I am going to prepare a meatloaf, a turkey meatloaf, of course. This is going to be my dinner for tonight, and also I'm selling dinners this coming Saturday, so I'm going to prepare a meatloaf dinner for my family. Meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and corn. Simple, all American dinner. I'm going to get started here. And I know I have a video on when I made meatloaf, but this meatloaf is going to be a pineapple turkey meatloaf. Stay tuned. Okay, y'all, I'm back. What I'm going to do is, remember I told y'all that I want you to grind up your veggies before you put it in your meat. It makes it taste so much better. So I have here some carrots and onions that I'm going to grind up because that's a part of my recipe. I use carrots and onions inside of my meatloaf. I make, one second. You want to get it as fine as you can. I make turkey meatloaf. You can use this recipe with regular ground meat, just a regular ground meat recipe. I have here, I usually keep some onions and it's some parsley and bell peppers and just a concoction of vegetables that I usually keep in my refrigerator so I don't have to keep cutting up my veggies to put inside of my dish. So yeah, now I have that ready, the carrots and the onions and the other concoction. I'm going to get my turkey meat. Genuine, I usually get like a 3 pound of the Genio turkey. You can get whatever turkey meat you want. I just like to use the Genio turkey meat. And I like to mix everything in a big bowl. I do not like to, let's see, your hands are going to get nasty. Don't worry about that. Your hands are going to be nasty, okay? Cooking meatloaf, you got to stay close to the faucet. Keep washing your damn hands. And you got to keep paper towels and keep you a cloth around, or a towel, average kitchen towel. Keep that around. And so yeah, I did that meat. I have boys, so that's 3 pounds of ground turkey, but I'm going to add in probably like a pound more. Oh shit, I dropped some on the floor. Leave it. No, Blaze, no. Blaze. Maybe that's too much. I don't want to make too much. All right, right there. Well, I do want to make too much, but I don't want to make too much. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to add in this concoction that I had, the bell peppers, the onions. I have green, red, yellow bell peppers, onions. I have parsley, and I have carrots that all go inside of this dish right here. Everything goes inside of here. Okay. Once I get that in there, I'm going to, and I do that like that, I'm going to rinse my hands off. I need to do other stuff. Ground turkey is not, what am I saying, ground turkey? Yeah, ground turkey is not like chicken where you can cross-contaminate things, so that's good. But you don't want to have, ground raw meat of any kind on your hands while you're handling other devices. And so yeah, I'm going to move that right there for a second, because what I need to do, what I didn't do, was I need to grind up just a little bit of mild cheese, you can use sharp cheddar cheese. Sharp cheddar is actually a little bit more better because you don't want it to, you know, like, it doesn't matter. You can use sharp or mild cheddar cheese. You don't need that much of it, very little of it. However, I don't like the cheese that is already shredded up. So I just get me a little cheese and I shred it up myself. And that way you just have fresh cheese inside of your, windy out here, my blinds are falling. You just have fresh cheese, fresh everything inside of your meat. It makes everything taste so much better when all of your veggies are fresh. I know it's easy when you purchase the veggies and the frozen section is already cut up for you and so on and so forth, but it's so much fresher when you use fresh veggies. So I just, right there, just have a handful. Just gonna pour that right on over in there like that. I'm gonna get this out of the way. I just have too much stuff in the way. I'm just gonna move this over here. The key is to clean up as you go so you don't have to clean up later. So I like to do that. I like to move everything over to the sink portion. That way, when I get ready to clean, I don't have to be, you know, fishing all around for everything. So what I have here is I have some crushed pineapples. We're gonna put that inside of, now this is a big can. I'm not gonna put this whole can in there. This is what I had in my pantry or whatnot or whatever. I didn't have anything else. I'm just probably gonna use about 2, 3, 4 spoonfuls of them. However much you want to use is what you want to use in yours, but I'm only going to use about 3 or 4 spoonfuls of it, and that is going to be it. Right now I am, of course, looking for something. You can't find it when you are working, so I am going to, 1 second. Okay, you guys, I had to go and get some I have to find my damn breadcrumbs. You need that in there. So, like I said, we have everything in here. Now we're going to start seasoning it up. Remember, this is ground turkey, and so you must season it. We're going to start with a little salt there. Salt is really the base of it. I have some garlic powder here. You don't have to sprinkle it around. I just sprinkle it around just so I can do a measurement in my head of how much I'm putting in there. I have a little pepper here. I have a little onion powder as well. Onion powder in there. And remember, I purchase all of my ingredients. I'm not sponsored by anyone, and so yeah, this is all me. I'm doing this myself, and I don't get paid for this or anything like that. So this is some breadcrumbs that I'm going to add in there because I want it all to stick together. You know, meatloaf, it's a loaf, so you want it to come together as a loaf. Okay, so now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make my sauce that I like to put, because I do not like I don't like tomato sauce for my meatloaf. I do a glaze, real simple glaze. All you're going to need is some mustard, some ketchup, some mustard, and some brown sugar. That is it. That's all you're going to need for the glaze. Okay, so we're going to do ketchup. I'm going to make quite a bit of it because I need to add a little bit inside of my ground turkey mixture, and I need to add it on top. So there's a little mustard, and brown sugar we're going to add in there. I usually do a pinch test like that. Put it in there. I've done this so much that I know exactly how much I need to put in there to get the consistency, the flavor that I want. So just kind of stir that up in there. Remember, it's going to be a glaze, so this is not anything like tomato sauce. And I don't like that barbecue sauce either. Just putting barbecue sauce on top of a meatloaf. That's not, listen, let me tell y'all, barbecue sauce on top of a meatloaf is not a damn meatloaf. That is a barbecue loaf, okay? So you make a glaze, which is similar to a barbecue loaf, but it's just glaze. So if you want to taste it, you just put it on your finger, try it out. Tastes good to you, it tastes good to everybody else, okay? So you have that right there. I'm going to add, let's see, I'm going to add maybe 1, 2, 3 spoons of that. I am going to add in my eggs. Put those over in there. Ooh, don't want no shells in your concoction. Got that out of there. I'm going to add another egg in there. Some people add 1 egg, some people add 2 eggs, some people add 3 eggs, some people add however many damn eggs they want to add in there. I'm going to add 2 eggs to mine, okay? I'm going to get the pineapples. They're crushed pineapples. Don't you get nothing else but them crushed pineapples. Add you 2, 3 spoonfuls. Okay, these are tablespoons. You can do whatever spoonfuls you want to do. It doesn't really matter what spoon you want to use, the table or the little baby spoon. And you can put however much you want to put in there. Here's where you get dirty at, okay? You got to get your hands in there. You got to get this all mixed around over in there. It is a must. You must mix it so that you can loaf it into a nice little loaf. And sometimes you're going to have to add some more seasoning. You know what it looked like when it needs some more seasoning in something. So you just keep kind of moving it around in there so that you can get all of the ingredients, all of your flavors, everything mixed around up in there. Get that good like that. And so once I get the loaf mixed up like that, I rinse my damn hands off. Rinse my hands off, rinse my hands off, rinse my hands off. And I dry my hands. Oh, goodness gracious. And then what I do is I lightly go in with the seasonings I added in the beginning. So that's some garlic powder, some more onion powder, some more black pepper, and we're going to add in a little cheat here, a little meatloaf sauce. Okay. You can add the whole bag if you want to. I have seasoned up this pretty well, so I'm just going to add half of the bag in there. Okay. We're going to mix that in there again. Don't let people tell you you can't use packages and things for when you're cooking. You can use whatever the hell you want to use when you're cooking. Okay, so I use the meatloaf package, but like I said, this is ground turkey. You need to turn this into damn near ground. You want it to taste just like a ground meatloaf, but instead it's ground turkey, and it's super healthy for you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my container, which is simply Pioneer Woman container that I have here. Gonna put the loaf over in there. It should just thump in there. Bam. Thumps right over in there. We're going to form it in the pan. This pan, I usually use a bigger loaf pan, but this is okay. We're going to try this out in here and see what happens in this pan right here. You see how that loaf is coming up? See how that loaf? It's going to be fat in the center, so I want to kind of make it even. Like I said, I generally have a bigger pan that I use, but this is too cute. This one is cute, so I want to use this one. I want to put my loaf inside of here. And we have pineapples in there. We have the loaf together. I'm going to add a little of this seasoning on top. Now, what's going to happen with this is that you're going to have to make some more seasoning, okay? Because I'm going to use this spoon. I'm not going to dip it back in there. Y'all go crazy if I dip the spoon back in the sauce and blah, blah, blah. But in either case, you add the sauce on top of the meatloaf. You cook it in the microwave on 350 for 1 hour. 1 hour. Well, I'm not going to, strict it to 1 hour because it depends on the size of the meatloaf. So you want to put it in there for about, this size meatloaf, I'm going to leave in there for about 1 hour and 20 minutes or so. I'm going to, at that time, take it out, drain any excess fat I have on it, which is going to be very little because remember this is ground turkey. I'm going to drain that excess fat off. I'm going to make me some more sauce, some more glaze sauce, and I'm going to put that on top of there, and I'm going to put it back in my oven with the top off, and I'm going to cook it for an additional maybe 15 minutes or so because I just want the glaze to set on top of the meatloaf. So when you pull your meatloaf out of the oven, once you take the top off, you'll notice and once you drain it, you'll notice and see how much more sauce you may need on there. So let's see. Let me give you guys a closer view. Hello there. So this is what your turkey meatloaf should look like. Turkey meatloaf with infused pineapples in there. That's what it should look like. Like I said, we're going to put it in the oven. We're going to put it in the oven for on 350 for 1 hour and 15-20 minutes or so. Take it out. We're going to put it in the oven for 1 hour and 15 minutes covered. We're going to take it out. We're going to check to see how much glaze we need on it. We're going to make some more glaze. We're going to glaze that up. We're going to put it back in the oven for about 15-20 minutes. Then we're going to take it out and we're going to cut it up. In the meanwhile, I'm going to make some homemade mashed potatoes for this dinner and just some corn. That's it. But I'm going to show you guys how you can spice up your corn life a little bit as well. So nothing too fancy, just an all-American meatloaf dinner. So I'll check with you guys. I'll see you when it gets ready. Bye. Hey y'all, I wanted to come back in here real quick, not to show y'all how I'm cutting up no damn potatoes, but to show y'all which potatoes I'm using that I feel are the best potatoes to use for mashed potatoes. And that is the I'm trying to get the thing off because the bag is short now. That is the yellow potatoes, not the russet potatoes, the yellow ones. These right here, they make the best, creamiest mashed potatoes. Okay guys, I got my potatoes all you know, cut up or cut off. So now I'm going to cut them in cubes. You can just hand cut those, no big thing. Cut those, cut them up, put them on the stove with a little salt in the water, and you let them cook until they get soft, because you're gonna mash them. Okay, you don't want them to be hard, you don't want them to be lumpy, you want them to be mashed. You don't want any remnants of the skin. Well, I don't. Some people like some of the skin still left on the mashed potato. I don't. I like to have all the skin taken off the mashed potatoes. So I just simply cut them like this. You want to cut them you know, you don't have to cut them small, but you want to cut them small enough so that it's not taking all day to cook them if they were big whole potatoes. But these are the yellow golden potatoes. They cook pretty fast, and they mash up very, very good. So yeah, I'm just cutting them up in this water. I'm going to drain this water, fill it back up with water with the potatoes inside of it, and add my salt to the water, and then I'm going to let them cook, boil for, you know, I don't know. I never counted how long I let my potatoes boil. I just know that they're ready. So, I don't know, about 30 minutes or so you let them boil. That may be a little extreme, but, you know, you can test them out with a fork to see if it's ready. So, we're just cutting them up here. I've already made my sauce, my glaze for my meatloaf, because remember, that's coming out of the oven in about, it says about 6 minutes or so it's going to come out of the oven. And then we're going to glaze it back up again and put it back in the oven for another 20 minutes or so. To put our little final touches on the meatloaf. So right now I'm just adding some water into the potatoes. I'm gonna put them on the stove, like I say, let those boil, and I will come back and show you guys how I put this together. All right, see you soon. Okay, y'all, I want to be as authentic as I can be. I'm about to take the meatloaf out the oven and show you guys what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. Because it is a turkey meatloaf, it's going to have film and a couple of other things on top of it. But I want to show you guys what it looked like and what you guys do to, you know, get it to look like a meatloaf. Let's see. There's a little bit right there. We're gonna take this just came out of the oven. Okay. Take the top off. Take the thing off. There it is right there. That's what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. There's juice inside of there. I'm gonna drain quite a bit of it because I don't want it to be dry, but I don't want it to be full of juice. But it is a meatloaf, and we love nice meatloaf. So I have my glaze here. I'm going to simply put that on top of there. Looks like I may need some more. Doesn't look like doesn't look like I made enough. So let's just see here when I spread this on top of here. And so you want it to be glazed up, glazed up, glazed up. Yeah. I'm gonna get most of this out of here, put it on top of here, and then I'm gonna see if I need. I know I need some more because it's not even covering the butt back here. So I want to make sure that it's glazed all on my meatloaf from the ruta to the tuta. And so It looks pretty good, but I'm just gonna do a little bit more so that I can have a nice coverage there. So you just simply, make some more sauce. It's not a big deal. It's nothing but the ketchup, the mustard, and the brown sugar. I use the dark brown sugar. You can use whatever you want to use. If you like the light, use the light. If you like the dark, use the dark. I'm going to use the dark here. A spoonful of it. I'll put it inside of there. Not a spoonful of it, but a nice handful of it. Put it inside of there. I know what it tastes like, but just for viewing purposes, we'll show you. And there it is. It has a nice flavor to it. We're going to continue to add the sauce on there. Now we can use this spoon because it's not going back in the bowl anymore. So we use the spoon to kind of even that on top of there. Even it on there. You want it all in the looks. You want it covering the meatloaf. That way, when it comes out, it's fully covered with the glaze. I said that wasn't gonna go back in there, so I'm not gonna put that back in there. But I do want to get this little bit that's still in there. So let me get this here. Maybe this. I'm gonna rinse my pan a little bit. Get this. Move that a little bit. That's fine. A little bit. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get you guys a little closer to let you see what it looks like before it goes back in the oven. It has to go. So this is what it looks like before it goes back in the oven. The meatloaf is cooked, but you want to sear the glaze on top of the meatloaf. So I'm going to put it back in there for 15 minutes or so, and I'll be back. Okay, y'all, there it is right there, freshly out of the oven. The pineapple turkey meatloaf right there. I got my potatoes here. I'm going to prepare them to show you guys how I do the mashed potatoes. I think there's a video for it, but I don't give a damn. I'm cooking meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and corn, and that's what's going to be in this video. So I'll be back. Okay, y'all, so I done drained my potatoes. I'm going to put it in this container I have right here, my Pioneer Woman dish. Love them. Tell Pioneer Woman I say, hey. Anywho, where is my... I thought I had everything together over here. I'm looking for my... Oh, here it is. I'm looking for my mixer that I'm going to use to whip up the most creamiest mashed potatoes ever. Okay, plug this in here. So I'm going to put some butter. Of course I'm going to put butter in there. Who doesn't put butter in their mashed potatoes? They're going to be buttery mashed potatoes. This is Land O'Lakes butter, I believe. I'll put that in there. I kind of want to mix it in there. It's a little bit. Get that all mixed in there. Mixed in there. Okay, and so this is going to be like a real simple recipe for the mashed potatoes. I'm just going to simply add salt and pepper. That's it. Less salt, the better. So I'm going to use salt. Ooh, top almost came off. Pepper. I was looking for some white pepper. I couldn't find that. But I also like to use heavy whipping cream in mine. Just to give it a little more creamier, taste. Let me turn this down on my TV before YouTube gets me. Hold on. Okay, yeah. So I put some heavy whipping cream in there, salt, pepper. I'm going to do it to see if I like the consistency of it. I probably won't. So I'm gonna add milk to it. It's already coming creamy, 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 creamy. I'm gonna turn this off because I want to add some milk in there. Just some regular oat milk, and that's gonna help make it creamy as well. And don't worry about that noise that it's making up against the thing. But you know, I'm just whipping it together. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm just whipping this in here. It doesn't take much, you know. You just get it to the consistency that you want it. Some people like theirs more creamier. Some people like theirs, you know, a little thick. Some people like theirs, you know, however they like it. Liquidy, creamy, however they like it. So I like mine to where it can absorb the if you having gravy, the consistency is good for the gravy as well. So I like that. I'm going to try it out. Excellent. It doesn't need anything else. No. Generally, I add, I'm just getting some of the potatoes off of that. But generally, I'll add maybe some ranch in there, like ranch, just some ranch dressing or something like that. I'll add that in there, but today I didn't want that taste. So I'm going to show you guys what the meatloaf looks like once I cut it. And so we're going to check the mashed potatoes. There they are right there. Creamy, delicious mashed potatoes, just homemade. Didn't take much time. Didn't cost too much to make them. And so, yeah, I'm going to come back. I'm going to show you guys what the meatloaf looks like cut up. So we're going to do that. Oh, goodness, guys. I guess I stopped the video. I'm not sure. But anyway, I slice the meatloaf. There it is. Right there. It's the consistency of it doesn't even break. There it is. I'll show you guys what it looks like once I plate it, but I just wanted to get a video of what it looked like once I cut it. There it is, right there. Okay, guys, I'm here. I'm going to fry some skillet fried corn. I'm going to fry this corn. I just opened up a can of corn. Put that in there. I'm going to add a couple of things. Some Tonys. I have butter in there. I'm going to add some Tonys. I'm going to add some garlic powder. I'm going to add some onions. Some onions that I cut up. And I'm going to add some Rotella. Let's see how much I want in here, but I love tomatoes and corn, so I'll put as much as I want in there. I'm gonna let that fry up a little bit when I look for my spoon. Here it is. So just gonna get that in there. Seasoning like that. Okay, so I'm gonna get some green onions and throw that in there. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I added some green onions and some parsley in here. I'm just going to let this cook I'm gonna fry it. It's kind of like, it reminds me of that succotash, I guess is what they call it when my mom used to make it, with tomatoes and what is that other shit called? I hate it. Okra. And yeah, I don't like that. But this is really fantastic. It's you know, seasoned, and it has onions and just a delightful little vegetable to have with your meatloaf dinner. Instead of the regular boring old can of corn, you can always spice it up a little bit. So I'm gonna let that cook for quite some time, about maybe about 5, 6, 8 minutes or so, and then I'll be back. Okay, y'all, this is ready. This is super good. Once it starts absorbing, you know, the butter or whatever you put down in there. I put butter in there. So once it starts absorbing that, it's pretty much ready. You know, you won't be trying to fry it. You're frying it. It's better than, well, it's frying is not better than anything else, but it just tastes better. Shit, yeah, I'm gonna go and say it. Anything that's fried tastes better. Fried, dyed, and laid to the damn side. I want it. I'm interested in it. So yeah, like I said, I put, what did I put in here? I put the a can of Rotella. I believe it was kind of spicy Rotella. And I put my own green onions and regular onions and just 2 cans of corn. So I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna plate my food with you guys. I'll see you in a second. Okay guys, here we are. I'm gonna get 2 nice pieces of that meatloaf. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna put you guys over here. We're gonna look at it together. Yeah, we're gonna see it together. That's the 2 slices of meatloaf. I'm going to get, you guys know I love the ice cream scooper for the mashed potatoes. Put me 2 scoops there. Then I'm going to add the corn melody. I wish this is like a bird's eye view, but it's not, so I'll give you guys a bird's eye view in a second. Alright, so there you have it. A delicious, prepared by Kendra, the coolest chick. That is the pineapple meatloaf, homemade mashed potatoes, and the fried corn. I'm about to go sit down and enjoy my dinner. I'm starving. I've been sitting up here waiting on this. You know how you just want something? At first I wanted tacos, but then I said, no, I want some meatloaf. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy my meal, my dinner for today. I thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Like, comment, share. Let everybody know that over here at The Coolest Chick, we have fun over here. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Mwah.